Hey guys, this is Julian Gray of Graydient Collective. I'm the curator and the founder of the project. I'm sitting here today with Levi Viligir. First of all, welcome to Graydient Collective. Congratulations on your release today of First Trials. Can you tell me a bit about the song and maybe a bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Levi. The project name is Viligir. This was a fun project. We were talking earlier about how it's kind of a different genre. It's not really doesn't really fall in under one category. I made it at not at my place, not at my studio. I made it at a place that I've been working at for a while now, and we built a studio there. So it was kind of actually the first thing I made in this space, just like a whole new environment, and that led to a lot of different creative ideas that I wouldn't normally get in my own personal space, you know.
Yeah, I was going to bring up, it's kind of a new genre. It's not like anything else I've ever heard before, and I think maybe that new location of writing the music, or even like the new brand you've been working on, really influenced the direction of the song, which I'm really excited about. We have another artist upcoming on Graydient Collective, Forsetti, and Forsetti and Viligir have branded this so-called fantasy dance music. And would you like to explain what that is and maybe the direction you guys are going? Totally.
There's a lot of dance music that focuses on cyberpunk or futuristic or sci-fi specifically. And this, what we're doing with fantasy dance music, or FDM for short, is just focusing on the Lord of the Rings, the Harry Potter, the Aragon, and any type of branding that would be considered more fantasy. So that can go, tons of different places, and we just want to highlight that sound. So using a lot more naturalistic sounds, less sawtooth aggressive type sounds, although those might show up in the more like battle, giant, large scale D&D battle type, songs, but we're focusing more on the like naturalistic or like even sometimes medieval or otherworldly aspect of it.
I always love storytelling in music, and I think there's been an empty space for something like this. Mm-hmm. We've got a lot of that darker imagery. We have a lot of that like really happy nostalgic imagery, but something more fantastic. That's really interesting, and I'm really excited to see how it pans out.
Yeah, we have a lot of the stuff that I make can vary from quite dark or quite more upbeat club type music, but then there's also the other side, because like in any fantasy world there's the beautiful, and then there's also the dark and the Mordor of the world. So there's just different elements of it, and this one, the track name First Trials, is kind of like starting off on your journey and then immediately hitting a bump, and that's kind of where I was coming from when I wrote the song. And yeah, I think that the storytelling of the fantasy element of it is going to go a lot of different places. So expect to hear more happy, but also more very dark battle, like witch, druid, dungeon, whatever, it can go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see it. This song is almost a launch of a new branding for you too. Mm-hmm. You launched the new logo with it. I noticed on your social media accounts. You can see it behind us here. Can you tell me about some of the inspiration of the logo and maybe the new brand direction you're taking, launching alongside the single?
Yeah, we have the whole logo is, it's an interesting artist title. People, mispronounce it, but it's just Viligir. But the whole thought process behind it originally was expandability for me. So what can I do with this world? I want the limits to be endless. So the idea is just to start off with a dungeon master type, pulling the strings behind the scenes kind of guy, and that kind of vibe, but also having the mysterious dark nature of it. And then the logo was done by my friend Sean, who goes by the artist name Valency, and he just killed it. Like I gave him probably the most random artboard of things to look for, and like any artist, just like I want this and that and this and this. He just pulled it together immediately. So go check him out, Valency.
Yeah, I love visual artists that you can provide them basically a completely random board of ideas, and then they come up with something beautiful.
Yeah, he nailed it.
This is a proof of that, and I love his work.
Yeah.
We're celebrating the release of First Trials with this amazing full production live set up in the mountains. Can you express to me, like, what was the inspiration behind that? I guess it makes sense with the brand, but, further into the process of designing that live set and the location and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the logistics were crazy. My good friend Taylor, had the idea to go up to. It was shot up in the mountains in Washington at a place called Sunrise Lookout, like near there. We went off, a little bit to find a good spot. But our first attempt at it was going to be much cooler. Very remote location that was on the top of a peak. And we actually got to go up there, but they had the gate closed, so we couldn't get any of the gear up.
Yeah.
But the lookout was it was going to be sunset, and we were above the cloud line, so you could see like for
that's
miles,
amazing.
and the sun was coming in and out and doing the beams through the clouds. It still turned out really good, but we were Mount Rainier in Washington State was where we shot it, so that's what's in the background.
And I heard you had a lot of new original music for this set too.
It's an all original set, yeah. And the most of the music was made that week, because it was all made that week. And then there were 2 tracks that I had from a previous vault of tracks, and then everything else was made either live with the Moog, the microKORG. I had a drum pad. And everything else was done that week, so it's very, very fresh, and it was cool. It was a good challenge to make just a
very live and
music.
organic too, like to your original vision.
Mm-hmm.
I always have this philosophy of like getting the music out as fast as possible really makes it as real and as true to your true self,
and limiting yourself with the tools at hand,
right?
Not having so many options that you get overwhelmed. It was really just like we had to do it. We got up there, the generator didn't work, so we had to troubleshoot it for a while, and sunset was coming, so we had to just, got the generator working, and we rolled. It was the first take, and that's all we got. So.
Well, I'm super excited to see the set, and I'm sure everybody out there is really excited to see the set as well.
Yeah.
So make sure to tune in to Gallery Sessions and check out the amazing live set of Viligir, first trial celebratory live set on Gallery Sessions, and make sure to stream the track as well. We will link it in this video as well. So thank you so much for being with us here on Graydient Collective. We're super excited to have you as part of the project. And without any further ado, let's jump right into the live stream.